Florida will be the downfall of Latinos and Hispanics every time. Florida is what I will vote for Donald Trump. Florida is the home of I will vote for Donald Trump. That's where they live. Vote where I was at for Donald Trump. The Florida Hispanics had a hit with that one. Y'all trash. Y'all trash. Trump trash. His wig is trash. All y'all are garbage. Okay? Y'all gonna be the downfall of the Latinos every motherfucking time. Florida Latinos, Hispanics from Florida. You cannot tell them that they are not Caucasian. Like, it's really just ridiculous.
He wants to keep helping Latinos in the U.S. Let's do things the right way, and let's keep growing. Let's keep growing as a family, and let's make America great again.
Necesitamos a Trump. Let's make America great again.
A lot of Latinos, we stand strong next to President Trump. Let's make America great again. Let's go.
I'm just happy we in good hands. I know this 4 years is going to be one hell of a run. I know he's going to do a lot of great things for the whole Spanish community. Especially, we're going to make America great again.
I'm glad I gave that vote to Mr. Trump, and me and Anuel AA are here supporting. Que viva Puerto Rico, and let's make America great again.
Congratulations, President Trump.
We need you. We need you back, right?
Do you know who they are? Do you know who the hell they are? Come up here, just fast, fellas, come on. Because I don't know if these people know who the hell you are. But it's good for the Puerto Rican vote.
How come none of these Latino celebrities ain't speaking up on what's going on? Wasn't J-Lo viral like last week? She got a big platform and she got nothing to lose. So either or, she ain't losing nothing. She's already washed. And let's not talk about Bad Bunny. That's like y'all version of Michael Jackson. In the Latino community, y'all talk about that dude like a god. And he ain't even saying nothing about what's going on. Bad Bunny. And you know why? Because Bad Bunny Puerto Rican. Just like J-Lo is Puerto Rican. They can't get deported. Don't tell me y'all didn't learn that in school, that Puerto Ricans can't get deported, just like black Americans. But y'all always out there wanting black people to be your guard dogs. You're always out there wanting black people to be your human shields. And you know what? Your own kind don't even protect you. Jennifer, not J-Lo, Jennifer, the governor of Puerto Rico, right now as we speak, she turning all the information of undocumented immigrants over to the Trump administration.
Hello guys, and welcome to the Joy Report. In today's video, we're going to talk about black people tired of Latino asking for their help when even their own Latino celebrities are quiet. There's a growing frustration bubbling under the surface, and at this point, it's no longer just quiet mamas. Many black Americans are openly voicing that they are tired of always being expected to show up, speak out, and fight for every marginalized group, especially when those same groups stay silent or worse, complicit when black people are in the line of fire. And now, the conversation has turned to the Latino community, particularly with what's happening in America under DT's return to power. ICE raids are back in full swing. Deportations are increasing. TPS are being rolled back. And once again, as always, some Latino are turning to black Americans with a familiar plea. Help us. If this is the kind of content you enjoy, please consider subscribing, liking and sharing so that YouTube may recommend it to a wider audience. And so now, without further ado guys, let's go straight into this video. But first, let me play you a few videos on this matter and I'll come back with my commentary. As a side note, all credit goes to the creators of these videos.
You know what's crazy to me, bro, is when they had the BLM protest, everybody was popping out. Every celebrity, YG, the Ball brothers, everybody was popping out. Where's that now? Where are the celebrities now? Where are they protesting now? Where are the teams now? Why is nobody speaking up? Even Kendrick Lamar made a song. Lil Baby made a song. But where's everybody now?
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. Where's J-Lo? Where's Bad Bunny? Where's Maluma? Where's Shakira? Talk to your own people. Because J-Lo was just up on the pulpit at the inauguration doing this.
Y justicia para todos.
No matter what happens in this country, everyone under that POC umbrella always finds a way to put the focus back on black people. Obviously, we understand what's going on right now with the ICE raids that are going on in America and Los Angeles to be specific. But there have been a lot of Latino people coming online asking about black celebrities and black people showing up and comparing this event to BLM. Now, don't get me wrong. We were home during the pandemic. People had no jobs. People weren't in the office. And yes, black people, black celebrities, black businessmen showed up for black people. Corporations and teams that had black people on them showed up for their black constituents and their black workers. As it currently stands as demographic, there are more Latinos in America than there are black people. And half of that population voted for what's going on right now. Speak to your own population. Stand up for yourself with each other. Talk internally about how you're so disjointed between the Central and South Americans and the Caribbean people in the East Coast. Talk to each other. Why are you looking for black people to put you guys on a pedestal and go fight for you when this is also your fight, primarily your fight? Black Lives Matter was our fight, but we speak up for ourselves. We also speak up for everyone, and we did it the most with our vote. And even though black people are saying this is not our fight, we're sitting this out, we're doing all these things like resting, there are several ways black people are showing up by not supporting Starbucks, by not supporting Target, by not supporting any company that put out D&I, by boycotting, by using our voice like I do. There's so many ways that black people still will always show up for ourselves in this country. And when we show up for ourselves, guess who benefits? Everyone else. Reach out to your fellow Asians. Reach out to your Middle Eastern Arab people. Reach out to the large Russian population that's in LA. The Armenians, the Persians. There's so many immigrant groups that live in this city, but you want to single out black people. Can't win them all.
To the African American community that is standing with us in this fight, because you understand that not all of us voted for this.
Leave us alone! Oh my God! Why are you mentioning black folks when we aren't the ones who signed the executive orders? Why are you preaching unity and solidarity to us, the very people who founded every single major civil rights movement since the illegal founding of this country? And just to be clear, I support the Latino community. I speak up, I show up, I make content, I educate people. As a matter of fact, since the ICE raids in Los Angeles, where I'm from, I was one of the first creators to speak up, and I've made about 3 videos, including an educational historical video talking about the founding of this very state. Anyways, but what I do not support, what I will not stand for, is creators who think blaming or antagonizing black people, especially black women, is the move right now. Don't mention us. There's so many other things, systems, people to attack right now. There's so many other ways to make content right now. Leave us alone leave us alone. You're losing focus on the actual enemy. ICE is not a black-led institution. The deportation machine is not being led by the 92% of black women who voted against it. And targeting black folks online because they're not protesting the way y'all want them to, that's entitlement, bro. That's not even unity. That's unity doesn't even look like that. You do not build solidarity by guilt-tripping the very community that defined what resistance looks like in this country. Let black folks handle our people. That was the point of one of my videos. I was handling folks without antagonizing them. We hold our communities accountable. There's multiple black people addressing this, but that is our conversation to have, not yours to weaponize. If your content starts pointing fingers at us black people, ask yourself, is this about justice? Or are you looking for someone else to blame? Are you looking for content views, bro? Are you trying to build your platform off of that? I am still standing in solidarity, full stop. But do not confuse my support for silence. You do not get to talk down on the architects of every movement you benefit from. Redirect that energy to the people in power, not the people who've been fighting for freedom since day one. And we're still fighting for our own freedom. Let's not forget that part.
Let's be real. When the tables were turned and black people were being unalived in the streets, locked out of opportunities, or crying out for justice, far too many in the Latino communities either stayed silent or chose the side of white supremacy. And even now, with their communities facing the same boot that stomped on black necks for centuries, the ones with the biggest platforms, Latino celebrities like J-Lo, Shakira, Bad Bunny, Becky G, and so many others, are nowhere to be found. Silent, comfortable, cozy in their wealth, while everyday families are being hunted down like criminals. How are black folks supposed to fight for people whose own icons won't speak up? Let's talk numbers, because the stats are loud even if the celebrities are quiet. In the 2024 presidential election, over 90% of black women voted against DT. They understood what was at stake. They've always understood. Black men voted nearly 80% against DT, showing up again for assistance that rarely shows up for them. Now contrast that with Latino voters. Over 32% of Latino men voted for DT, and 28% of Latino women did the same. That's nearly 1 in every 3. And we're not just talking about Cuban or Venezuelan conservatives in Florida. This trend stretched across several states. Many Latinos chose DT, even after witnessing family separations at the border. So when Black people see that and then hear, "Can you help us now?" it hits differently, because Black Americans warned everybody. They've been warning the country for decades. They told people what DT stood for. They told people what white supremacy looks like. They organized, marched, created political movements, and still had to fight tooth and nail just to be heard. And now, the very folks who brushed them off, who told them, "We're different," who said, "We'll be fine," are the ones knocking at the door asking for solidarity. It's giving selective unity. It's giving convenience. And the frustration isn't just with regular folks. It's especially with the celebrities. Let's start with J-Lo. She has been celebrated in both Black and Latino spaces. She's profited from Black culture, hip-hop, and R&B. She's walked red carpets in Black spaces, performed with Black artists, and enjoyed the clout that comes from being accepted by Black fans. But when it's time to say something about ICE tearing apart Latino families, crickets. Shakira, same story. Loved in the diaspora, even by Afro-Latinos, but no public outcry over DT's war on immigrants. Bad Bunny gets all the praise for being bold, but where is that boldness when ICE raids are snatching people in broad daylight? The same energy they bring to social media to promote new albums or dance challenges could have been used to amplify what's happening to their people. But no, when the culture needs them, it's silence. When their fans need them, it's ghost town vibes. Meanwhile, Black celebrities like Kaepernick sacrificed entire careers to make a point. Black athletes, rappers, and actors risked their money and platforms to scream Black Lives Matter, even when the world didn't want to hear it. And many Black people expect the same kind of boldness from Latino celebrities now, especially when the ask is for Black people to once again march, speak, donate, and protest on someone else's behalf. How is that fair? To be clear, this is not about promoting division. It's about holding folks accountable, because solidarity is a two-way street. You can't only show up when your house is on fire, but disappear when your neighbor's house is burning. The Latino community is diverse. No doubt, Afro-Latinos are out here on the front lines, always have been, but they're often erased or silenced by their own people. Anti-Blackness runs deep in many Latino cultures, and Black Americans are tired of pretending it doesn't exist. Whether it's colorism, racism, or just poor proximity to whiteness, some Latinos have actively chosen to separate themselves from the struggles of Black people. Now that DT is back in office, the consequences are hitting harder. He's serious about mass deportations and reinstating policies that are destroying lives. The same people who thought he only hates Black people are now desperate after the ICE raids, and suddenly they're asking for unity. But how are Black people supposed to give what they never received? Unity can't be transactional. It has to be rooted in mutual respect, shared struggle, and genuine care. And the truth is, too often, Black people are expected to be the moral compass of America. They're expected to forgive, forget, show up and fight, no matter who it's for. But after generations of giving and barely receiving, they're drawing boundaries. And that's okay. That's necessary. Because at this point, if Latino celebrities won't use their voices, if Latino voters keep flirting with white supremacy, and if the community keeps turning to Black people without offering the same energy in return, then maybe it's time for some self-reflection. Maybe it's time for the Latino community to call out its own silence, its own anti-Blackness, its own contradictions before asking Black people to once again carry the weight.
Black people, after they're done with the Latinos, you next. Huh? Next. We've been on the chopping block. Like, you can tell that we all been living in separate Americas. Separate Americas, because why does everybody keep saying Black people, you next? They've been on our heels for 400 plus years. Black people, you next. You know what? Can you imagine being in a relationship with the biggest narcissist in history? The biggest, right? Every time you go to school, he undermines you. When you buy a house, he undermines you. When you get healthcare, he undermines you. God damn, when you can't go to the gym, you can't go to parks, you can't go to the goddamn beach, you can't get healthcare, you can't get childcare, you can't do shit. You can't cook chicken, you can't eat fruit, you can't do nothing. Every angle that you live in life has been targeted. Understand that Black people will always fight for Latinos. Our struggle is intertwined. Like, understand this. But we don't gotta worry about being next, because we have been their fixation for hundreds of years. We still are. And you know what's the most heartbreaking thing about this whole thing is that Mexican people in Black history, American history, have been some of the only people to show up. They were the biggest part of Black liberation. And always and forever, I will always give Mexican people that respect. But since then, Latino people have been falling so far into white supremacy that is sick. You have been showing colorist behavior to your own people. You have been showing colorist behavior all in the hopes of having white proximity. All the anti-black jokes that you hear growing up, you're talking about your own people. Just because you say prieto, moreno, or negro, don't make it no different. All those sayings bettering the race, cleaning the blood, washing out the black. This is a part of a Latin culture, and it's sad, and it needs to stop. You want to know what's the first step of liberation? Stop that shit. Stop trying to have proximity to whiteness. You're not them. And if you want to know the results of this, just ask the question of what happened to all the black people in Argentina. There were a lot more. And yeah, you may have a sprinkle of Spaniard, but you ain't that. And I'm sorry to tell you, there's a reason why you have an indigenous or African nose and kinky hair.
This is not about abandoning people in need. Black Americans have always fought for justice, but they also have every right to say, we're not your backup plan. They're tired of being called when it's convenient, tired of being left out of the room until it's time to fix the mess, tired of doing the heavy lifting while others dance in the spotlight. So if this moment feels uncomfortable, good. It should, because real unity doesn't come without hard conversations. It doesn't come without accountability. And until more Latino celebrities speak up, until more Latino voters reject DT and the system he represents, and until real solidarity is shown, not just expected, then black people have every right to sit this one out. So what do you all think? Do you think Latino celebrities have a responsibility to speak up about ICE and deportations? Why do you think black Americans are expected to lead every movement, even for communities that don't always support them? And lastly, should solidarity be earned, or is it something people should always give? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I would love to keep this discussion going. Otherwise, that's it from me. I also have another video about black Americans' hilarious reactions to Lato saying being rich is boring. And if you enjoy such kind of content, please click up here and enjoy. Also, consider subscribing, liking and sharing because it helps me grow my channel. But for now, thank you so much for watching. And until the next time, the Joy Report out.